The Toyota 86 has officially become the most successful sports coupe Toyota Australia has released since 1975. Again, it may be hard to believe, but the numbers certainly are staggering. For comparison, the Toyota Supra, legendary Mark III Toyota Supra, only sold 3,000 individual units. The Toyota MR2, 3,500. If you add the Supra, MR2, and even if you were to include the Celica, all three of them combined wouldn't come anywhere close to 20,000 individual sales numbers. Its racing pedigree is legit, with its reach ranging from drifting all the way to GT300 racing to even its own spec class races throughout the world.
I was looking around, I wanted to get maybe like a 1JZ Turbo Crown wagon or something a little bit niche in JDM. Obviously I was a big fan of like OG drifting stuff, like obviously the old AE86, so but I was hoping to put in like a forged billet power block, and also just chuck in some like unequal length headers to really get that boxer rumble going, and that'd also probably chuck another 20 horsepower on, so all in all it would probably get a decent amount of particularly sort of like low end torque out of it, which kind of just fix all the issues.
Hey, so my good friend over here, Ben, who you guys have probably seen on the video previously. This car, Ben, is set up really well, at least in terms. I'm not sure about the handling yet, but the throttle response seems good. Don't you take off, but. Hey man, it's got some pep to it. Wow. Hey man, this thing is glued to the road, I can tell. Like if I just let the steering wheel go, yeah, I can feel a lot of information coming through the steering column as well. I noticed with the Supra, when I drove that car practically every day, the steering feel is very much almost numb. Like that's the best way to explain the Supra steering feel. Although that is a bit of a symptom of 1990s cars, you know, JDM. Even the Beamers and the Benzes, they have like a numbness for whatever reason, the 1990s models. So I guess it could be that. It does feel more planted-ish than the Supra that I've driven.
It's on MCA coilovers.
Oh, okay. So it's on actual coilovers now, so that's probably why it feels properly set up. If you know what I mean, as properly set up as a Toyota 86 could be without completely going overboard. Like that's probably the best way I can explain it. In terms of comfort itself, it's actually fairly comfortable. I know Ben, you drive this practically every day, so it's hard for you to really criticize a car that you drive every day because that's all you know. But for me, like for someone that's just getting in, it feels really comfortable. I mean, were they like race spec?
Oh yeah, no, of course. MCA is it's a local-ish company. I think they're based out of Queensland now. It used to be out of Sydney, but the stuff they make is pretty fucking serious business. So these are adjustable as well. They're on the hardest setting at the moment, which means you kind of like feel it if you go over a leaf, but they can be softened.
Hey man, it's got just enough power to get you going and get you into trouble.
You want first for this corner? And
I didn't stall, so that's good.
that was the traction control kicking in there. That would have kicked out otherwise.
15-20 years from now, when every car on the road is either a Tesla or a fucking whatever electric car you're gonna find. These things are gonna really stand out on the market. They're rear-wheel drive, manual, has a real tight, real taut setup. The steering wheel is pretty much perfect. I mean, this is a perfect steering wheel for you to just destroy mountainsides. You know, like this is it. This is as good as you're gonna get from now on. I mean, we're in the golden age of internal combustion cars, and judging by how things are going, not only because I work in a place where I get to deal with so many different cars, it's also judging from just conversations with people like Benno, the owner here. We were having a chat earlier, and he was saying that like realistically 10-15 years from now, pretty much most of the cars on the road are going to be electronic. So when that day comes, the point I'm making is that when that day comes, these cars are going to stand out like unicorns, because everyone's going to ruin the good ones. So I guess only the good ones will be left after everyone ruins all the other ones. So hey man, if I was in the market as a new driver, looking for something fun, sporty, and it also has a bit of a, you know, investment value to it, as much of an investment value as, you know, cars can have, I think this is a really good option going forwards. This is the one, Ben. This is the one. I'm happy with it. I'm happy that I got to review it.
The value proposition represented by the Toyota 86 is very interesting. It's not that fast. In fact, it'd probably be faster in a Toyota Camry. It's fairly reliable, and it's certainly affordable for what it is. But if it was up to me, I'd personally get a Nissan 350Z. Actually, speaking of the Nissan 350Z, if any one of you watching this video right now have one and want to get on video with it, hit me up and we'll make it happen.